It's been a while, man. How's it going, and what you been up to these days?
It has been a while. It's been good. It's been good. We just finished up spring ball. That we had 5 days of spring ball, defense, offense. We're in the process of hiring a new coach right now, so that's been a little bit of a process, but it's been good so far.
Nice. So the new head coach is still unknown.
Yeah, I think we're supposed to find out Wednesday, I believe.
No, that's exciting, man.
Yeah.
Um, I'm happy for you guys, and I know you have a big senior year coming up. And we've talked before, I think at the end of last season, right before the 7-on-7 season. But let's kind of step back a little and kind of do a recap of your junior year.
Yeah. So pretty much we had a little ups and downs throughout the season, but in the end we came out with some pretty good wins and we ended up winning NorCal. Came really close in state, which would have been huge for us, but doesn't always come our way, but kind of put a chip on our shoulder for next season, definitely. But my first 2 games I played DB. Was playing DB, got the chance to play against Jurion. That was pretty awesome. Then after that, I got moved to quarterback, played quarterback 5 games with a 3-2 record there. And then after that, I hurt my knee in practice. I like tore something in my MCL during like a non-contact injury in practice. And then after that, I took a game off, came back, wanted to help the team as best I could. So I decided to transfer to receiver for the remaining of the season. Still playing quarterback, but I just wanted to contribute to the team and keep building my film and help my team win games. So I played receiver, and then that's how I finished off this season. I just played receiver for the rest of the games. But overall, it was pretty fun. Got a lot of film, learned a lot of new positions. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I think you're an athlete, period. And the great thing is like they can put you anywhere. But I know, you're a quarterback. I see you as a quarterback at the next level, honestly. But it's good to have the tools to be able to do other things out there. And
Definitely.
the 7-on-7 season was pretty cool to have you there. Um, but I know that, it seems like from the ending of the season, from the end of the season up until maybe like March, people started to notice this transformation.
Yeah.
What did you do? What were you doing? During the week, we see you like, on weekends at tournaments, but it seems
Yeah.
like you were doing some major stuff behind the scenes.
Yeah, so this off season, I really wanted to just really take advantage of it. Last season was good for me, but it just shined a little light on like this can be a huge possibility for me in the future. And playing the different positions like made me realize like I wanted to train like a lot more. Like I've always told myself that off season is super important, and I've always done things a lot in the off season. But I feel like this off season, I started immediately. Like I was like excited for. I wouldn't say I was excited for the season to end because I love football, but I was excited to get back into the workshop and I started hitting the gym like a lot, like really focusing on the gym, like learning about the gym, hitting the gym a lot with my teammates. A big thing I was doing though is my quarterback coach Drew Brown came back from Canada, and I started going to meeting with him 2 times a week, sometimes 3 times a week, and it's that part alone has been really huge for me because Drew is one of those people I can talk to, and it's like we talk about like the educational side of a lot of things. We're not just learning about how to throw and how to be a quarterback. We're learning about the philosophy behind different things or why certain things are doing this and that. And I think that alone, it didn't just help me like as a thrower or as a quarterback, but it helped me like build confidence because I understood what I was doing. And honestly, I think that's the biggest thing for me. It was confidence. Like this offseason, I'm building and I still am building a lot of confidence for myself as an athlete and a quarterback. And just those sessions I've had with Drew, and we used to do hour-long sessions, but turned into 2 hour-long sessions. And I would have been able to compete with other quarterbacks like Aaron Knapp or Shane Timmons or Daniel Chavez, all these different people that I was able to compete with. And it just put me in the environment where I'm able to compete with other great quarterbacks, great athletes. And it would just be sessions. It would just be competitions. At some point, like we've learned a lot with Drew, so it's at the point where he's kind of just letting us do our own thing, and he'll coach us when he has to. But he puts us through these competitions in this environment that we're excited to compete against each other because we're competitive athletes, and that's a big part for me. I feel like my confidence is really high going into this next season.
Nice. And you did track as well.
Yeah,
How much of that helped you so as far as realizing your athleticism?
yeah,
I saw a lot of like PRs being reset every single week
yeah.
on your post.
Yeah, I definitely think that was a huge contributor. So I went into track this year. I didn't play baseball. I decided to do track, and I just stuck with sprints. I didn't want to do jumps. I just wanted to focus on sprints, and that alone, like like again, my confidence that just helped with my confidence a lot. Like I realized, like my first race, like I was expected to run like high 11s or something like that, but I ran an 11.3, and I had no previous like idea of how to run sprints. I mean, I was fast as an athlete, but I didn't know the proper form. So when I ran an 11.3 as my first race, it's just there's a lot to room to grow onto that. So that, and then I really wanted to. A lot of kids when they go into track as like their secondary sport, especially coming from football or something like that, I feel like they look at it as it's a way to help them with football, like in that aspect. But I wanted to come at it with a different approach. I came at it with the idea that I want to compete in this sport. Like I want to do good in this sport. And I think that really helped me. So I would use my free periods at school when I would go talk to. I have a great track coach, Coach Toy, and then Coach Colucci. But Coach Toy's on campus at all times. She just won Coach of the Year, and she's on campus all time. So I'd use my free periods and I'd go up in the weight room with her, and I would do just one-on-one stuff with her. And then later in the day, I'd have practice with her. So I'm just getting double the practice, and at the same time, that's why I was able to PR all these times. Is I'm just practicing nonstop because I have so much to grow, which I love. Like I love learning about things that I love learning about, and when I have the opportunity, then I'm able to do that. So when I was able to PR all these times, it really helped my confidence, and it was really cool. It didn't end how I wanted it to end because it's track. You can't always count on everything. One little thing goes wrong and it's over. But my season ended great. I got that sub 11, helped my confidence, helped me realize like I'm an athlete. Like I'm not just fast. Like when someone's chasing me, like I can compete against people who do this for like their lives. Like it's pretty cool.
Nice, nice. Well, you mentioned earlier that you hit the weight room and you've been doing a lot of work with your teammates. And not too long ago, we had our tournament. There was a couple of times that you invited some of the Bells to come along and play, in the super team. And I was totally impressed with some of the guys. I mean, you guys look like you've been doing a lot of work in the weight room.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
it's definitely been a process. We're in the weight room. I mean, we only got a month after the season ended, so we're back at it every single day before school lifting, and then after school doing our own things. But yeah, we have a good core right now. Yeah,
well, I always say that this 2024 class is a special class. I got to know a lot of you guys last year and got to see a lot of progress. You know, like Ben, Joe, Zane. I know Zane and Reese are younger,
yeah,
but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be in the mix when it comes down to it. But who are you excited to play with this coming fall?
yeah,
Um, and
yeah. I'm excited to play with all my teammates. I'm really excited to play with my one of my best friends, Dominic. Dominic came out this offseason for 7. Dominic was my guy JV year. He was my guy freshman year. He's been my best friend for a long time. But Dom broke his back last season, fractured something in his spine, and he wasn't able to play, which it sucked for him because going into the season, it really looked like coaches were starting to like him. He was really doing a good job. He's physical. He's strong. He's honestly probably a top 3 strongest people on our team. Like you wouldn't even suspect it, but that kid can throw up 255 pounds on the bench press for like 5 reps. Like
wow.
he's an impressive dude, but I'm really excited to get to play my senior season with him. And I think he's excited too. He grinds, he works hard, and I'm really excited to play with Zane. Zane was up first freshman pulled up for varsity in a long time at Bellarmine. He looked super promising his sophomore year. Went down to JV, built some confidence, came back up, showed everybody what he was capable of. I've been getting super close with Zane. We have like homework. We have to hang out with each other 3 times a week, build that chemistry. But we're going to all our camps this summer together. We have one on Saturday. We're going to Northwest Showcase down in Oregon, and then we're both driving from that to Washington on Sunday for the Avery Showcase. We're just trying to put in as much work as possible. But the biggest thing is we're just building chemistry, and the leaders on our team, Jacob Tatum, Joe Fuqua, Ben Coulter, Tom Riley, Bennett Anderson. We're all just super excited to just keep working together. And I think we just really want to go into this next season just proving like we're changing something this offseason as a team, like especially with us not having the head coach, we're kind of taking it a lot more upon ourselves to like build the chemistry and be leaders on the team. And I hope that like shows next season. And I think how we're looking right now, it's going to. So
I like that approach, man. I mean, you definitely have a lot of standout guys coming back. You mentioned the camps. So just for this little section right here, maybe we could take this little section and upload it, as a separate thing. But I know you put out your schedule, but where are you going to be in the next month or so? What
yeah,
camp are you going to?
yeah. So like I said, I'm flying up to Oregon on Friday with my dad and my uncle, and then we're gonna go up there and we're going to be at the Avery, no, the Northwest Showcase. So it's like a big mega camp. I'm trying to pull up my camps right now, and then yeah, so we're flying up there. It's gonna be super cool. There's a lot of coaches that are gonna be up there. Tons of exposure. I've talked to my uncle about this and my dad and my mom, and we're talking about I'm signing up for not just one session. So I'm signing up as quarterback with Zane, but then I'm also signing up as a running back for an earlier session because I just want to get as much looked at me as possible. And I think I'd be doing myself a disservice to not let the coaches like see me in that aspect as well. So then I'm doing that. And then after that, we're driving up to Washington and then we're going to go to the Avery Strong Showcase, which we're excited to. So that's going to be another mega camp. And then we have 7-on-7s as a Bellarmine team at San Jose State. That's on the 9th. So really looking forward to that every year. It's going to be super fun. I've been trying to build a relationship with the San Jose State coaches as well, so that should be fun. And then we have Cal Poly 7-on-7 coming up too after that, and then right after that they have a camp which I went to last season, which I'm probably going to go to again. It's fun. And then Redlands Mega Camp I'm going to go to. It's another school that I've been looking forward to going to because there's a lot of schools going. It's just as many chances pretty much as I can get to get as much exposure. I'm also going to San Jose State camp twice as a running back and a quarterback or receiver just to get as much exposure there. And then I'm going to Stanford and I'm ending with Cal and then maybe Fresno and Sac State as well. And then I'm adding stuff in and out just as stuff comes along. But yeah, just trying to get as much as I can. And in June, I have like 10 right now, but I'm really excited.
Well, I'm glad I was able to grab you before you leave this weekend.
Yeah.
Is school over or is school
Yeah.
still in session?
Yeah. School ended, I want to say ended last Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. We're out.
And I heard the Bellarmine Bells won another CCS title. Is that correct?
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
So with all the work that you've been putting in and I know your uncle is like a big fan of yours. I'm a big fan of yours. I mean, I told everybody earlier in the season that you're officially my nephew.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about some of the strategies or what have you been learning dealing with all these coaches? Like, what kind of questions do you get asked a lot?
Yeah, I get asked a big thing is where do I see myself? Like that's always brought up to me. Like in every conversation, I know it's gonna come up because I film from I film from DB and I film from receiver and I film from quarterback. So I always go into the conversations like knowing that they're gonna ask me where do you see me? And my answer is always I see myself as a quarterback. I put my time into quarterback, I practice at quarterback, but I also counter with at the same thing, like I know I'm an athlete and I also love football. So my goal is to play Division 1 football, high level football, and if that means that I have to change positions for that as an athlete, then I'll do that. But I go into it telling them that I'm a quarterback. I want to be looked at as a quarterback, and I hope to that they give me a chance as a quarterback. But I tell them the same thing, like I'm an athlete and I know that, so I just want to play at a high level and contribute on a team. So
Well, the Bay Area is known for certain guys that have been overlooked prior to them making a big name. I can think of Julian Edelman as a really good example of a quarterback who ended up doing some great things, not as a quarterback, but as somebody who's seen you play, knows your attitude and your approach into things. All I gotta say is coaches, man. It doesn't matter if Parker plays defense, offense, special teams, quarterback. You want him on your team.
thank you. Yeah,
I think you're a leader, and that's your best quality. Is that you are one of the guys that brings a lot to the table. And like I said, you don't even have to be on a specific spot. So that's what I see because I've worked with you for a couple of years now,
yeah,
and all the coaches from our group have talked about it and be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Parker kind of struggles with like, okay, is he going to be a quarterback? Or
yeah.
I hear a lot. You've heard you hear a lot. I'm sure you get that a lot, but only time will tell. You're right. but keep working hard. Is there anything else that you want to add to this conversation that might be valuable to be out there for, especially for the coaches that are looking at you?
Yeah, I sent out a big email to a lot of coaches on behalf of my football team, just as like a whole, just to try to get as many coaches to come out to visit us as we can. We don't have a head coach right now to do that, so I just took that upon myself to try to do that to get as many guys out to talk to us as possible. Because we got some athletes at Bellarmine, we got some leaders, we got some accolades, and I think that right now without a head coach, it's a little lacking in that situation. Someone like reaching out for us, so I sent an email out to a lot of coaches. Come check us out anytime. Like we have a lot of guys out here that can play next level football. So I just want to get that out there. But yeah,
Nice, man. Well, we're gonna do this again, maybe after the camp season, right before the fall. We'll catch up again and figure out what's going on with the team. And excited to find out like who the next head coach at Bellarmine is
yeah,
gonna
me too.
be.
Yeah,
And good luck at the camps. I'm sure you're ready, more
yeah.
than ready, to show what you got going on. But yeah, man, say hi to the family
Well,
and appreciate you making the time.
I appreciate you for talking to me. Thank you.
Parker Threatt, everybody.